Everybody. This is Stephanie Greenberg with Greenberg and Sinkovitz. Thank you for joining us tonight for our second Mental Health Monday. Tonight we are talking about, activities to do with your kids and just kind of tips on managing your household during this unprecedented time. So just remember that you can ask any questions that you want by posting them on the Facebook Live, and we will be happy to answer them as we go along here. So I'm going to turn it over to Michelle and Cassandra to introduce themselves as well.
Hi, I'm Michelle Sinkovitz Ferguson, and we're very excited to be here. And I think we'll just get right into it, and I'll pass it over to Cassandra.
Hi, I'm Cassandra Perino. I'm the associate at Greenberg and Sinkovitz. Before I start, just be sure to follow us on Instagram. The handle is GreenSyncLaw. And if you have any questions, feel free to send them during the webinar or after. All comments and suggestions are welcome. With the multiple extensions of Governor Pritzker's stay-at-home order, the majority of us are well into working at home at this point. Working parents are already expected to be good employees, but now parents are also expected to be employees, educators, entertainers, disciplinarians, and caregivers all in the same instance. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the current situation, here are a few tips on tackling this madness and hopefully having some fun also along the way.
So the first tip would be just to set boundaries. It's important that you communicate with your partner, if you do have a partner at home, and your kids, especially if they're old enough to understand setting boundaries, that at times you'll have to be in work mode. If you do have the help of a spouse or a partner, coordinate times when one parent will be able to work and the other parent will be able to watch the kids, so that one of you can get work done. If school is still in session like it is right now, and your kids are old enough that they're attending school, they'll likely have their own tasks that they need to be doing for school, and they'll need to respect each other's needs to focus on learning. So just set quiet times. You can all be focusing on your tasks at once. Your kids can hopefully be doing their schooling, and you can be working. When you set aside time to communicate when somebody needs quiet or space, also set aside time for fun and for usage of technology so that your kids especially understand that there's a time and a place to be concentrating on their schoolwork or playing quietly so that you can work, but that they'll also be rewarded during periods of time with fun things like games, watching TV, or playing on an iPad. Another tip would be just to reward respect. So if you notice that everyone's doing well under the circumstances, voice your appreciation, thank everyone. And if the atmosphere in your house is very, chaotic, kindly but firmly remind your kids that home right now is a place for learning and working, and that they'll be rewarded later with a fun activity of their choosing. Another fun thing that you can do is to plan a family movie night, a game night, or really any activity your children like, and let them know that once the day is over, the family can do that activity, but only if everybody finishes their tasks for the day, whether that be learning, quietly playing, taking a nap, what have you. At least they know they have something that they will enjoy coming later on. Rewarding good behavior and giving your kids incentives to keep them focused on school also helps you be able to focus on work.
Something else you should be doing is set expectations for yourself. So be realistic about this new reality. You can't expect to put in your typical 9 to 5 day where you work all the way through the day and work through lunch without any interruption. A good example of this was actually my day today. I have a 6-month-old, and I had to take him to the doctor to get his 6-month shots, which 2 months and 4 months he was good with those shots. 6 months wasn't so great. So a lot of my day was spent comforting my child, and whereas if I was at work, I wouldn't necessarily have to have done that. So then I had to kind of adjust my expectation of when I was working for the day. So instead of working during that time, I worked before the appointment, and I'm going to work a little bit later into the evening. Talk to your job about the reality of working with your kids, and be sure to prioritize tasks accordingly. Understand your own needs as well. Depending on your situation, ask for help from other family members or friends, and particularly those that are already in your household. Take breaks if you need them, whether it's to check in on the kids or to go for a walk. Try and keep to a schedule or a routine. Keeping your kids on a schedule can be good for everyone, and establishes work versus play times. If your children nap, keep them on a consistent napping schedule so that you can get work done during that quiet time. School-age children are used to a daily timetable of school, recess, and food breaks, so try to keep a similar schedule to the best of your ability. Most kids can't be in school mode for 8 straight hours, so establish a lunchtime and play time to help them reset before they move on to their next task.
Our final tip is to get creative. Just because we're inside, it doesn't mean that we can't have fun. There are tons of fun activities that will keep everybody entertained. I personally don't have any kids, but I have 6 younger siblings and a ton of younger cousins. So I am a pro babysitter and entertainer. One activity that my younger sisters and I really like to do is to play restaurant. I let them create a menu and cook based on whatever we have in the house with my supervision. And I let them set the table and they serve me and then they clean it up after, which is super fun for me because it's a break from cooking and cleaning and it's just funny and entertaining. We also like doing a lot of art projects. We like to paint a lot, which is pretty affordable. And then the kids are usually pretty proud of their creations after, which is always nice to see. There's also a ton of online resources offering educational content for kids right now. For example, Scholastic has a program called Daily Starters, and they're posting educational activities every day for kids grades K through 9. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you have any helpful tips or activities that you've been doing with your children, please share them in the comments. Hopefully, we will be moving past this isolation period soon, but until then, we can help each other stay safe and productive. And then also be sure to join us this Thursday at 7:30 for our Wine and Divorce series. This week, we're discussing the Payroll Protection Program and stimulus payments and their impact on child support. It will be streaming on our Facebook and then posted later to Instagram and YouTube. See you then.